How did a malfunctioning radio save your squad from walking into an ambush? I found out during my second deployment to Iraq when our ancient radio decided to have a complete meltdown at the worst possible moment. We were patrolling outside Fallujah in 2005. 8-man squad, routine morning sweep of a neighborhood that had been quiet for weeks. Nothing unusual about the mission except our radio operator Jake was fighting with his equipment the entire time. Thing kept cutting in and out, making these awful screeching sounds every few minutes. Static so loud it hurt your ears. Jake was getting frustrated, smacking the side of it like that would somehow fix decades of wear and tear. Our squad leader, Sergeant First Class Mike, was getting annoyed. We were supposed to check in with base every 15 minutes. Hard to do that when your radio sounds like a dying robot. The patrol route was simple. Move through 3 blocks, check 2 suspected weapons cache locations, return to base by noon. We'd done this exact same route 12 times in the past month. Could probably walk it blindfolded. That's when the radio completely died. Not just static now, but total silence. Jake tried everything. Fresh batteries, different frequencies, even the old military trick of taking it apart and putting it back together. Nothing worked. We were officially cut off from command. Mike had a choice. Abort the mission and head back or continue without radio contact. Both options violated standard operating procedures. He decided to continue but change our approach. Instead of taking the main road through the center of the neighborhood, we'd circle around the back streets. Stay off the predictable path until we could fix communications. It added an extra hour to our patrol, but Mike figured better safe than sorry. We moved through residential areas, staying close to buildings, avoiding the wide open spaces we usually crossed. 20 minutes into our detour, we heard the explosions. 3 massive booms from the direction of our original route, then automatic weapons fire. Lots of it. We took cover and watched smoke rising from exactly where we should have been walking. The firefight lasted 40 minutes. Apache helicopters showed up, circling the area where insurgents had set up a complex ambush. Later, we learned the details. 6 IEDs planted along our usual patrol route. RPG teams positioned on rooftops. Machine gun nests covering all the exit points. They'd been watching our pattern for weeks. If our radio had worked normally, we would have walked directly into the kill zone at exactly the right time. They knew our schedule better than we did. Had been planning this for over a month. The insurgents waited for 3 hours before realizing we weren't coming. Started packing up their equipment when another American unit stumbled onto their position. That's what triggered the firefight. Back at base, our captain was furious about the communication breakdown. Started chewing out Jake for not maintaining his equipment properly. That's when Mike stepped in. Sir, that broken radio saved 8 American lives today. If it had worked, we'd all be dead right now. The captain looked confused until we explained what happened. How the malfunction forced us to change routes. Jake got commended instead of disciplined. Turned out the radio had a loose connection that had been getting worse for weeks. Nobody noticed because it still functioned most of the time. The maintenance guy said one more day of normal use and it would have failed completely anyway. We just got lucky it happened when it did, forcing us off the predictable path. Command changed all patrol procedures after that incident. No more regular routes, no more scheduled timing, random patterns only, different every day. 3 weeks later, we got intel that the insurgent cell responsible for the ambush had fled the area. Apparently, they'd spent so much time and resources preparing that specific trap that our absence completely disrupted their entire operation. Jake kept that broken radio as a souvenir. Had it mounted on a plaque in his room with a little inscription. Best malfunction ever. Still sends me pictures of it every Veterans Day. Last month, I visited Jake at his house in Ohio. That radio sits on his mantle right next to his Bronze Star. His kids always ask why he keeps a broken piece of military equipment as decoration. He tells them it's not broken. It worked exactly when it needed to.